Welcome to a Cosmic Energy Update with multidimensional energy specialist Raquel Spencer.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome. This is Raquel. And we are sitting once again in some pretty extraordinary times. Energetically, there's a lot going on in the cosmos and in our placement in the cosmos and how it affects us. I am by no means an astrology buff at all, but when major players make major shifts, it's enough to get my attention and the attention of probably just about everyone listening. This week, Chiron moved out of Pisces and into Aries. It has not been in Aries since 1969. And Chiron, for most of you have probably heard, Chiron is the wounded healer. And as it moves out of Pisces, it's been in Pisces since about 2010. So the last 7-8 years, if you will. It's really been all about looking, searching, reflection, all around the wounded healer, all around what we're here to heal within ourselves and, of course, globally. And Pisces was a very gentle contemplation. Let's research and ponder and reflect and be in those kinds of energies. Well, Chiron shifted into Aries, and Aries is fire. Aries is a lot of movement. Aries is very active. And so many of us are going to be noticing this shift in the energy, and you might have already started to feel it if you're sensitive, because it's going to be in this position for quite a few years, up until 2027, I think, is how long it stays in Aries. And what that's really doing is giving us the strength and the energy, the swiftness to start really dealing with some of these deep-seated wounds in very action-oriented ways. No longer is it let's contemplate, let's search, let's reflect. We're now in let's act, let's get this done. And primarily for most of us, and especially what's moving in energetically right now, it's all about healing our self-worth, healing our ego, and really moving into a state of empowerment. And I love the word empowerment, yet I want to preface it that we all understand empowerment is about empowering ourselves, and in doing so, we empower everyone around us. The idea of empowerment and the word power have always, they've been kind of two-sided. And a lot of us have been conditioned over this lifetime and many lifetimes that power was not necessarily good because power has been so misused in our life and in our past lives and in the current state of humanity right now. And so empowerment is really about stepping into our own power, but moving into it in a way that not only empowers ourselves, but everyone around us. And so as we move into this new energy, this Aries energy, which is going to be around for a good 7, 8 years, let's call it a decade, just for ease and grace. But this energy is about getting in there and getting it done. It's action oriented. And so you're going to start noticing the desire to really stand in your power, to deal with your personal worth and really feeling that and experiencing it, being it, no longer contemplating what do I need to do to be more in my power or feel more self-worth. It's going to be about action items. How am I expressing my self-worth? How am I really standing in my empower? And how am I empowering everyone around me because I am standing in my power? So it's a really big shift that's going on right now. Energetically, of course, we're just at the beginning stages of it, but usually the initial move into the new sign, we're going to feel that effect. And I would suspect you're probably starting to feel it. And this kind of inner warrior energy starting to surface. And again, warrior is a word that a lot of people kind of move back from, because again, it feels aggressive. But a personal warrior, standing in your warrior energy, again, is about having your power, your confidence in standing in your truth of who you are, your self-worth, why you're here, and really moving into a space of feeling as if you have the umph. That may be a word I've made up, I'm not sure. But having the courage and the passion behind you to really start being the warrior that you are. And the warrior is not that you have to go out and do anything aggressive, but the warrior is a state of being. It's a state of being in your power, of standing for your truth, of feeling that confidence of knowing who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. And that's really going to start coming into focus. And for many, it might even come into question. Why are you doing this? What do you believe in? What are you here for? And to really get into that energy of the deep knowing of why you're standing in the position, in the knowing, in the truth that you are, and how you're going to reflect that out into the world. And so big changes. Again, this is the first time that Chiron has been in Aries since 1969. That's a long time ago. And to have this fire energy, this action energy, come in with the Chiron wounded healer, there's really a lot of potential to do some very deep healing, deep action-oriented healing on multiple fronts for yourself personally. And also, I see this as a massive healing opportunity for the world, global healing, mass consciousness healing in the next decade. And it's going to be very action oriented. And to heal and to shift and to change, which is what we're talking about, change requires things to change. It requires things to be done at a different level, in a different way, in a new way, in an expanded way. And so with this, there are going to be changes that are going to happen, that are destined to happen, to actually heal from within, both personally and globally. And so I think we're going to start really seeing some massive changes in the next decade. And you need to really start to act upon how you're feeling. Act and do what's necessary to step into that power, to let your truth be known, to speak your truth, to start moving in actionable ways to stand in that truth. And so you're going to start feeling those impulses very differently than you have in quite a while, especially since many of you have started to wake up, because so many started on this path around the year 2000 and then really moved into it in 2010, 11, and 12, which is right when we moved this Chiron into Pisces. And that brought on a lot of reflection. Well, what does this mean? Deep inner exploration. And so now, now that we've been through so much of that inner reflection, it's time to start taking action and actually take a stand, movement, and really be, instead of thinking about being, empowered. So it's really exciting times. There's a lot of other things that are going on in the cosmos, but that was the most relevant and what I think you're probably starting to just get an inkling of feeling at this time. So celebrate that and know that it's time to take action, to heal, rather than ponder or reflect upon how you might do it. It's actually time to do it. And the energy to support you in that is available. It is in the cosmos. It's coming in with the streams of light that is happening. And to actually be able to stand in your truth with that empowerment, knowing from a very different level of being who you are and why you're here at this time. So take a deep breath and breathe that in and know that this shift is really moving you into action, and that we're going to really start seeing a lot more tangible change in ourselves and in the world. And I want you to celebrate that, be ready for it, and be ready to act upon it when spirit guides, when your higher self gives you that inkling to be the warrior that you are.